Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 63. Sometimes I'm very thankful for the more episodic nature of YouTube. Trying to capture between 30 and 45 minutes of content each time because it gives me a chance to really sort of sit back and reflect on what has occurred so far. So what I have here is a split strategy situation where the strategy that I devised for this top area is proceeding exactly as devised and on schedule. If anything, slightly ahead of schedule. Smashing its way across here, almost being in position to take all the key objectives, with 16 turns left to go and hardly any distance left to cover. And then, on the other side, we had a plan where we would have a combat group here, a small group, and a major group here, and the major group would come down and clear the area, and then the small group would just come in. And that has occurred eventually, but it's taken 8 turns to do it, whereas, you know, the plan, strictly speaking, was for this to be done. Now, it looks to me like... So with all those thoughts in my head, the next plan was how do we attack this down here? Because obviously there's 2 objectives down there. We want to get them all. So how do we get down there and get them? And originally my plan was sort of to bring the units together around here and then just come across. But if you look at this terrain here, if it's going to snow all the time, which it hasn't been, but if it did, you know, you've got minor roads here, potentially usable, for sort of coming down here and then going in here and then coming across here. But having looked at the map, it might actually be much more efficient to just go down this major road and then across here and then just down here. Because the major road is the only road that is not affected by weather penalties. We have a minor road and then the like the dirt road. So it may be quicker for us to actually just blob straight across and then come down. Basically, it's we're going to end up leaving, which is something I don't normally like doing. We're going to end up leaving a pocket of units down here that I can do nothing about, unless I come back for them later. Right. Let's get to work. So first things first, I'm just going to come down here and grab this and also check that this area is clear, since I can do that and still double back on myself. And I can probably do, when the blob gets here, I can do the same thing to check this. Right, as for everything else, we're rolling out, as it were. This one has aggressive deployment. In fact, they both do. Autobots roll out. I think the best thing to do is to just shoot it. This. Okay. Holy crap, there's nothing there. How far can you get and still deploy? Very far. Alright, well, there's literally nothing there. Sweet. We gotta take advantage of these cloudy days to actually move. But you can see here, by using the road, we can advance an incredible distance, and the major road is even better. Let's move this tank here. This one, which is stronger, could probably be pushed. I mean, it's interesting actually that Had things gone more to plan, I would have taken this group and taken them up here to hit this, before worrying about going down here. But we've actually exhausted quite a lot of turns, and not really cleared, not really sort of gone anywhere, so... How far can you get? Okay. Okay, so that area is clear as well. Where's my other spy plane? Sadly, no air bases nearby. Alright, sweet. By driving along this road, we've revealed that this road is empty. I don't know if I should potentially just hang a unit back here to protect this victory hex. It seems like the blue units are set to attack, or to look for hexes to go for. And the red ones are set to just sit and defend. I can't see what's there, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing there. Indeed, there's nothing there. What I can do is... Nah, it's not worth it. We have to consider the fact that the enemy have actually got about five aircraft. Which means that they could potentially bomb the crap out of exposed units like my front line is here. You know what's funny? This tank, as absurdly OP as it is, it could just sit down. I could just leave it here to farm these guys. It doesn't have ignore entrenchment. But if it just constantly attacked every turn, it would eventually break through. You know what? Why not? I'll leave one tank behind and I'll slowly clear the area behind me. Next turn I'll take the scout plane and just scout the area as well and see what's there. Maybe I'll send this recon car down here to support it. Because I've got 2 recon cars here already, so why do I need a 3rd one? Okay, the main thrust of the push is here. And now we got to get across that river. Well, that looks nice. It looks completely undefended. Blomph. Blomph. Let's see what you're going to do with 1 HP. Okay, I guess that's as far forward as I can get. Okay, if I can get infantry to these 2 spots, actually, we're good to go. What about the mega stack? I can't quite get there. But this one can, and this one can. Now, now that the infantry is in the close combat tiles, they no longer require anti-hard protection, only anti-soft protection. So we'll move this one in here, and move this one here. Now this provides double anti-soft protection for these guys. Now obviously the flame tanks themselves still require anti-hard protection. In theory they could do with some anti-soft, but they are protecting each other, so that should not be an issue. Now, obviously, the old surrender machine only requires anti-hard protection, and really that's the same for the recon car. So we'll move the recon car in, which of course reveals everything to us as well. Reveals that there's a 21cm gun that's fully entrenched. Then we'll move this here. Okay, so this is an open tile, and this is an open tile, and they're protected by this. Like, the only thing that this artillery can do is attack my artillery, which will end very badly for it. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is to just pop this infantry unit here. This is just to protect our, because there's a bridge here, so this is just to protect us from being flanked. Irritatingly, I've actually moved this, or, I mean, by necessity it has to be there, but I've moved it out of anti-aircraft coverage. But it's not the biggest deal because, I mean, this tank should be able to handle a hit. What I can do is bring my spy plane up here. Which is undoubtedly going to attract fighters. So expect the old anti-aircraft gun to be quite busy. I think our goal will be to take all of the Russian airports. That's the only true way to get rid of the enemy planes without concentrating my anti-aircraft guns. Oof. I'll take shots you didn't want to take for 500, Alex. Okay, well, that was inevitable. Oof. If you know, the cloud is actually protecting them because I'm doing half damage. I mean, they're doing half damage after, but I would rather do full damage. Oh, here come the fighters. That is a lot of Russian aircraft. my poor scout plane can't even get away. He's actually sandwiched in. If only I had old Gallant here, eh? He would He'd make short work of these idiots. Right, you know what? Let's just bring the scout car in here. We'll have these two. We'll have these two just slowly clear this area so my backside is secure. Alright, it's another cloudy day, but next turn it's going to be sunny. The area looks clear. There's a blue BT sat where a tank can't get to it without being left in a close combat tile. Unless I do this. Okay. I think that blue push is dead, more or less. Because, I mean, we're not really seeing much of it anymore. Interestingly, I wonder if the Russians don't have any aircraft down here. Still, there's an airbase here and there's an airbase here. So once those two airbases are taken, that's it. There's no airbases down this part of the map. It seems like their entire air force is up here at the moment. So it might be nice to it might be nice to bring my anti-aircraft guns up there at some point. Once I've secured this and secured this, then I know that there can't be any aircraft anymore. That leaves the airbase here, here, and here. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. On thinking about it. Why would you loop like that? I don't understand. Gotta keep my flame tanks tight to each other. I can shoot once and repair, which is actually worth doing. What I'll do is I'll put this here, knowing that I can overrun this and then I can back out. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, my friend. You will end up very dead. Is that that's a rough tile? So that's technically an open tile. Oh, don't do that. There's almost certainly going to be units there. Oh, look at that. I can get another kill. Another glorious kill for the surrender machine. Not that its surrender trait is very useful here. No retreat, no surrender. No supply required. Okay. Okay, first things first, you fall back. You stand here. Okay. So the infantry is in close combat tiles, which protects them from hard. These protect them from soft. Now I need to wield this into position. I think the best move is to put Stewie right here. It's a close combat tile, so obviously that's not great for it. However, any infantry attacking... No, of course it wouldn't. Never mind. I was like, any infantry attacking would be supported by these two flame tanks. That's not true. That would be true for the 21cm gun, but not for the anti-tank. This is why anti-tank is not very good. Only using this anti-tank because it's a late war anti-tank that I got early, which gives it a fair bit of advantage. But the problem is that these won't support it. AT is not supported by anything else. If it were a 21cm gun or a 15cm gun, it would be supported, and so I could plop it right there. If this was mobile this turn, I could put it right here, knowing that it would be protected by these. Although, admittedly, it wouldn't be protected from hard, so that's probably not the smartest idea. Do you know what? I'm going to put it there. Because it protects these from hard. It protects this from hard. At the very least. Although Zone of Control protects it, really. These two tiles are Zone of Control, so there's no way to get to this one. There's potentially a way to get to this one from this tile into this tile. Shouldn't happen, but it could. I think hard is probably the only thing that could get there in time. Yeah, so the rear area is rather obviously defended. Yeah, this is forever the issue with anti-tank. It's powerful, or it can be very powerful, and it's very cheap slot-wise. But it's unsupported, so it's the weak link in any defense. They don't support each other. And they are never supported. So they have to stand on their own. And that's problematic. And there will come a time when we get later in the war and the tanks get superior that you know, when the tanks have high anti-tank values and better armor, that this thing will just go on the bench and never see the light of day again. That I won't be using anti-tanks anymore. Just because the fact that they don't support each other and they're never supported is such a big flaw with the unit. It will never have the utility that artillery has. Right, anyway, rant aside, let us proceed. Okay, scout car, off you go. How far can I get AA support? About that far. Okay, clear. Proceed. Several turns of good weather really helping us out here. We know that the surrounding area is clear, so okay to put that in the city tile temporarily while we transport forward. We have a bridge here. There is a potential attack path here, which we need to double check at some point. But we should be fine. Should be fine. Man, look at this horde. Look at this horde of aircraft. Alright, we got 2 artillery in the area. That's a really good infantry unit. Out in the open like that, it's completely exposed. It's going to be sunny next turn. The weather is really good. I could have deployed aircraft here. Oh well, whatever. I think it's still cloudy this turn, so the anti-aircraft gun is still going to be hitting at half power. As it benefits me more when I'm hitting at full power. Oh, the AA gun ran out of ammo. Ouch! No, you leave him alone. Man, I really wish I had one of my rapid-fire anti-aircraft guns up there. Okay, I think we would be very wise to rebase this spy plane. We either get a spy off, but it's going to get shot down, or I take it back home and repair it. Alright, now it's sunny. Now it is sunny. So now the anti-aircraft gun is going to hit like a freight train. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 aircraft. Talk about harassment. I don't think I have a way to bring my anti-aircraft guns up to assist. Oh well, just means we're going to have to fight under the duress of constant air harassment. Alright, let's just send this back here before I forget. Oops. Okay. Yeah, we got time for another turn. Let's play. I need to wield this artillery forward to where it can provide counter-battery support. I want to hit this airport. In fact, I want to hit both of these airports. Force them to rebase. Okay. Goodbye, scout car. You have chosen poorly. This is just room clearance going on here right now. I'm gonna say let's shuffle this forward. And hit both of these. Okay, so this tank can actually go here now. Oh, what am I looking at? Is that an SU-100Y? Jesus. I've recognized that fat blimp of a tank anywhere. Okay, alright. Wow, that certainly adds spice to the spice mix. Yeah, that SU-100Y would it would dumpster. It would dumpster my units. Okay, so let's put this here and let's put this here. Alright, so this is not protected from soft, but it doesn't need to be, because it's in an open tile. So there's no way that soft could hurt it. If I put Stewie here, then all of these are now protected from hard, which they need to be, because that is absolutely terrifying unit. So now I'm going to be really careful. Okay, this guy is technically encircled. Sucks to be him. I mean, in theory... I was gonna say, in theory, I could bring this flame tank here and hit this. And everything would still be protected. Feels slightly aggressive. It feels aggressive because, in theory, if this unit were to move here and then attack the flame tank, I would be in big trouble. No, I'm just gonna chill out. We got plenty of time. What I actually need to do is wield this artillery forward. Okay, this is a self-repairing unit. I can put it here. Protected. I have sort of made a mistake here. These units are not protecting each other. Okay, this unit has readiness, which means that if it gets attacked, it's still going to defend itself pretty strongly. I'm going to reposition this here. Because I'm more concerned about taking damage on that flame tank than anything else. Yeah, it's still a horrible exchange. Shame this thing's only got 4 ammo. Need more ammo. Okay, I think this position is fine. The air harassment is going to be ceaseless, especially if the AI just keeps repairing them all the time. It's going to be ceaseless harassment until I take the airports, because I need all my anti-aircraft guns together to really hold a chance. Right, get to work on this guy's entrenchment. No, he gets through there, doesn't he? Oh well, I'll just move it back next turn. Pretty easy to just do that. Send the recon car up this way to just see what's going on, which is nothing much. Oh, he's just taking enough damage to survive. This is a really good unit, by the way. Pretty sure that this is considered a late war unit. Yup. 11 hard attack is the most obvious way to tell if it's a late war unit. 11 hard attack is a sure sign that you're dealing with a late war unit, because most of the mid-war non-tank units have got 10 or 11 ground defense. It means that basically they can fight vehicles evenly on open terrain. Early war infantry is going to have like a 7 or 4 or 5, something along those lines. Also, late war infantry has got close defense usually. This one's got 2. Early war infantry never has close defense, with the exception of the engineer. Okay, you know what? Just blast that. Let's go, boys. Oh yeah, I was going to send a scout down there. I can still do it. Should I risk pushing forward even further? No, I'm going to leave it there. Because there's roads here. This is a road, this is a road. It's only a minor road, but it's enough. If there's tanks here and here, they could come and make life very difficult for me. Right. Late war infantry can apparently handle itself against mid-war tanks. I guess that makes perfect sense. Right, I got rapid deployment on the artillery here, so let's go. I mean, to be fair, even late war infantry should not put itself in the open. It's that simple. You know, I'd almost be tempted to split off some units along with the anti-aircraft guns, and go up this way to see if I can support the team that's being constantly harassed by air. Or the alternative is to send this on a jolly. I don't have any trains. I was going to say the only other alternative is to send it on a jolly all the way around, get it all the way back up there. It would take too long. 1, say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 turns. But by the time it gets there, it's going to be too late. So let's forget it. The only way that anti-aircraft guns are going to be useful is if we take this and go up here. But I think, you know, the air harassment is annoying, but it's not really doing anything. It's just being annoying. My anti-aircraft gun is farming EXP like there is no tomorrow right now. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine to push in. Just I've got to get these airports. That will eventually be the off switch. Right, let's just push up. Okay, everyone's pushed up and in position. What to do with the spy plane? Do you know what? Let's bring the spy plane here. You know why? If the AI knows it's there, and there's no reason why the AI should know it's there, but if the AI magically finds out that it's there, and the fighters come across, then my anti-aircraft guns could have a go at them. That would be quite good. Anyway, depending on how well defended this is, we might be able to clean this up in, say, 4 or 5 turns. Maybe 6 turns. Depending on how well defended this is, if we can clean this up quickly, then we can double back on ourselves and get up here. And then either go for this, which, I mean, that is a critical objective hex, so we should probably go for that. You know, I wonder, in the original campaign, there was like a wall of tanks that came at you after a while that was sat on the edge of the map. That's also something we should consider. Then again, there are no reinforcement zones as such on this map. So if they're there, then they've been sat there since the beginning doing nothing. Which I find unlikely. Yup, there's nothing else left to do. Of course that artillery is going to hit me without any duress. Ha! It's when they move into position and then they realise that there's a flame tank, and then they're like, ah, maybe not. That is a lot of aircraft. You might repair them. Oof. Sunny days, my friend. Okay, yeah, that was not the greatest move. Okay, either blue is repairing the damage to its air force, Yeah, it must be. That's the only reasonable explanation. Or the fact that this plane revealed the anti-aircraft gun, then immediately put blue off attacking. Which is sort of how camo can work against you in a way. Because camo does make the enemy air attack, thinking that there's lots of juicy opportunity. Which there is once the ammo runs out. Whereas the fact that the gun is there, just being threatening, and the AI can see it, or saw it immediately, sort of created a situation where the AI was like, nope, not interested. Right, anyway, that is it for now. There is nothing further to do here for this episode. This recon car that's protecting my backside could probably come forward. I just need to here on this front line area, I just need to decide who I'm attacking. But there's definitely going to be opportunities here to start cleaning this area out. I'm just going to repair this while I remember. Next time I play, I might have forgotten about that recon plane. Everything's going really smoothly with this team now. And this one is pretty much on schedule, so it all looks good. All we got to do is sweep down here, clear this, which should be easy with this amount of units. And then double back, once this area is clear, double back on ourselves and head up to assist the main city clearing team. Maybe get some action from my anti-aircraft guns. One last thought before I go. We have seen the AI has got at least 9 aircraft, if not 10. Now, that means that they actually require 2 air bases. So they got one here, and one here. That's it. That's all they've got for major air bases, is these 3. And there's obviously the one all the way down here, but that one may even be out of range. It's twice your movement range to rebase. So he's got a movement of 13. Let's take it from this base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's out of range. It's blatantly out of range. So there's no way for blue to rebase. If I take these 2 airports, this one and this one, they will immediately lose at least 2 or 3 aircraft because they will not have enough airbase space. And that is the direction that I want to take. I want to take this group and go across and take these 2 airports. That will force any surviving aircraft to here. And by the time that happens, this group will hopefully be either fully engaged in finishing off this or have finished it off and be on their way back, which means that they can then push up onto this airport. And then with the airports taken, that's it. Saddest sounds in the world. So yes, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.